Hello, this is Isol. Today, I'm sharing an essay titled, The Story That Pain Tells. It's a reflection on how pain can become a gentle signal from God. The story that pain tells. A few years ago, while mending clothes, a sewing machine needle pierced my finger. It went straight through my nail and lodged deep into the bone. The pain was sharp and unbearable. Yet I didn't realize that a broken piece of the needle was still stuck inside. I applied ointment, took antibiotics, and waited for it to get better, but the pain only grew worse. Eventually, I went to a large hospital and had an X-ray taken. There it was, the fragment of the needle, embedded in the bone of my finger. Because of the pain, I sought help. Because of the pain, the foreign object was finally removed. Looking back, the pain was not my enemy. It was a necessary warning, urging me to pull out what did not belong. Pain is a signal that alerts us when we're in danger. God, too, often calls to us through pain. We don't desire pain, but it can become a strangely needed gift. The human ability to feel pain is a marvelous part of the Creator's design. In life, we meet unexpected storms, pain we never asked for. In those moments, we may wonder, is God fair? When prayers seem unanswered, we ask, why does God hide? Why is He silent? These questions rise naturally in the heart that suffers. Not long ago, I read Philip Yancey's book, Where is God When It Hurts? Yancey, one of the most respected authors in the Christian world, explains that when suffering comes, we must turn our focus from the cause of pain to our response to it. How we interpret our pain, how we choose to respond. These are the things that shape our lives. He shares stories of people who walked through deep suffering. Each one testified that their pain ultimately led them closer to God. Pain, he writes, produces something in us. Among the stories, I can never forget the story of Joni Eareckson Tada. Joni loved diving into deep waters and swimming freely. One day, she misjudged the depth and dove into shallow water. Her neck was crushed, and from that moment, she was paralyzed from the shoulders down. Her skull caved in, and she lost all ability to move. She begged her friend to help her die, but of course, the friend refused. Joni eventually had to accept the heartbreaking truth. She could not die by her own strength, and she would have to find a new way to live as a quadriplegic. She learned to paint by holding a brush between her teeth. She became a speaker at conferences, retreats, and youth gatherings. A voice of courage and hope. Her story spread through television and magazines. Meeting Jesus transformed her darkness into a life that shines brightly for many. But her journey to trust God was long. More than 3 years of tears, rage, and deep questions. In her paralysis, unable to scratch an itch or soothe aching muscles, a close friend quietly said, "Joni, Jesus knows exactly how you feel. You're not alone. Remember, He, too, was paralyzed on the cross." Those words brought her unexpected comfort. She shifted from demanding answers from God to leaning on Him with humility and trust. Jesus shared in our shame. He was wounded, He bled, He wept, and He suffered the agony of the cross. His pain brought forth resurrection, and He has promised us a heaven where pain will be no more. Even now, He walks with us, inviting us to live the life of heaven here on earth. He opens my ears to hear the cries of those who are hurting. I want to be that one person, the one who moves toward the suffering, the one who extends a hand where Jesus desires to show His love. If I can do that, I believe it will bring joy to His heart. Pain is never easy, but sometimes it becomes the voice that leads us back to God. I hope this story brings comfort and hope to your heart today. Thank you for listening. If this essay encouraged you, I hope it also becomes a gentle encouragement to someone you love. Blessings to you.